Hello everyone, I am Casualty. In the background I'll be showing one of my first few raids when I came into Season 3 of the Cycle Frontier, so let's talk about that. This game was recorded before the recent hotfix which fixed some launch issues. The main problem points are gone, but there are still some issues which Yager is quickly working on. With that preamble out of the way, let's talk about Season 3 a little bit. I won't be going over all the patch notes, but I will summarize what we got based on what I've experienced and know about. I will also show gameplay or pictures of said things I talk about if I have them. So first of all, keycards got revamped. The areas that the keycards unlock have better loot, and some can even be bought from vendors for credits and scripts, but because of this, keycards for those have reduced durability to make up for the better loot. Another thing I noticed is that your safe pocket, or prison pocket as I call it, which is the area in your inventory that can safely hold a few items that are safe and will stay with you even if you die. These are similar to the alpha and beta containers in Tarkov if you played that. The weight limit you can carry inside of it had a base size increase, which originally started at 5 and is now up to 9 at base, which means you can carry more loot, including those early quest items, and after you upgrade it once, you can carry an entire strider head in there. They also added prototype variants for a few weapons. For example, there's a prototype variant for the hammer from Korolev, the Ass Flechette from Osiris, and the ICA guarantee from ICA. Each of these weapons behaves similarly to its non-prototype counterpart, but the prototype has less damage and penetration. The other statistics, however, are similar. They have also added Mark II variants to the common quality weapons like the PDW, the K28, the bolt action rifle, the AR-55, etc. I haven't found any of these yet, but my buddy did find a PDW. It basically bumps them up a tier in penetration value. So his PDW that he found had 15 pen on it, which is the same value as other green quality items, which makes the PDW scary. The fire rate on it was already insane and good, it just needed better pen, so watch out for that thing. Another thing is that there was a new enemy added called Howler. It's a flying creature that uses echolocation to find its prey. At the Osiris faction hub, they actually have a whiteboard detailing a few tips to dealing with this monster, but I will leave those for another video. The parts of this creature are used in missions and a new craftable grenade, which works similarly to a stun grenade according to the description this item gives in the crafting bench. Armor breaks faster from damage. This change was made according to devs to force you to rethink your engagements, because if your armor breaks, you're taking increased damage. If I recall from my previous weapons videos that I made, which I will link in the top right, you take about 33% increased damage depending on the damage source when your armor is broken, because it treats it as if you're not wearing armor unless that has changed since I last played. Another thing they've added is free loadouts. These work sort of like Scav loadouts if you play Tarkov. For those of you that haven't, allow me to explain. After you have selected your map, you can choose to take your loadout that you have set up by picking all your stuff and putting it in your inventory, or you can take the free loadout, which is a randomly rolled loadout given to you for free. It is on a 20-minute cooldown once you use it, but if you survive and get out, you get to keep everything you've earned, including all the stuff you brought in. These free loadouts are different depending on the faction that is giving you the loadout. For example, I got an Osiris loadout, and it gave me a Scarab, so the weapon that it gives you is denoted by the faction. And I was lucky enough to get a blue penetration mod on the Scarab it gave me. Another thing they mentioned is that there will be no more wipes. They will not be wiping progress unless a system implementation or otherwise something needs it. They have talked about implementing an optional wipe for cosmetic rewards and such, but that is still being worked on and discussed. There are also some major quality of life changes and other things, but I'm not going to go over all of them. So for those of you who would like to read through it all, I will leave the patch notes in the description below. I'm really enjoying the cycle and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Please be sure to check out the Cycle Frontier on Steam. It is free to play. There's no harm in trying it if you want to give it a shot. For those of you who have tried it, please come back and give it another shot because they have done a lot of improvements to the game and they might have changed something for the better. With that being said, if this helped you make an informed decision about whether or not you want to play the cycle or if you want to come back to the cycle, consider driving a like and subscribing, and I'll be making more of this content, as well as I'll be making other content, and the Gwen video is still coming for those of you that are waiting on that.